What's going on, everyone? Welcome to New York Comic Con. My name's Alex, Golden Boy of CW Mendez. Joined with me is Cory Casoni from Shifty by Namco Bandai, and we are going to be showing you some awesome stuff today here at New York Comic Con. Of course, this event is brought to you by the Samsung Notebook Series 7 Gamer, and we really wouldn't be here without them. It's just an awesome experience so far. Yeah, indeed. So, Cory, tell me a little bit about Shifty because we have some awesome stuff here, don't we?
We do, absolutely. Well, at first, Alex, I've come bearing gifts.
Okay.
From Tokyo. I have with me 2 different types of Pepsi for you to choose from. We've got the Pepsi Gundam series. Let's see if I get back here in the light. I brought you the Goof model, MS-07B. Or Pepsi Extra, the tagline of which is, enjoy the shot of cola with strong caffeine for long working hours.
I know. I mean,
your call.
You got to give it to the Japanese culture. Hardworking individuals, indeed.
I've also brought green tea flavored Kit Kats.
What? This is madness.
They're unreal.
This is. We will share one of these later on today.
And I brought you a ticket to our secret party event.
Awesome.
I brought you 2 tickets, actually.
Okay, 2 tickets. Nice.
The location of which is unknown. It's on the ticket, but we haven't told anybody.
Location is unknown. It's a secret location.
It's a secret location. But if you're at New York Comic Con, if you come to the Shifty Cast, we're doing a live stream as well at the Shifty Look booth, 3374, Twitch TV/Shifty Look. If you come to the Shifty Look event, the Shifty Cast event, right at the end of the day, the last hour of every day, we're giving those tickets away. So our boss, Rob Pareda, the EIC of Shifty Look, said, we're going to give these away at the Shifty Cast. And I want this to be a fan-based party. It's a party for the fans of Shifty Look, Buttersafe, and Katamari, which is one of the new comics that we're running on ShiftyLook.com.
Awesome stuff.
And he was very specific. He said, no VIP list. I don't want any chumps.
No chumps. No chumps indeed. Well, there's a lot of content here. Just want to throw it down here real quick. Lots of content that we're going to be throwing out here at New York Comic Con. Day one is just packed with stuff. We are going to be kicking it off with Shifty Look, and for those of you guys in the stream that may not know what Shifty Look is, you're going to get a nice little peek here to what it is, and then you can go and sign up yourself.
Absolutely. So, well, let me give you a sum up real quick. So, ShiftyLook.com, our mandate is to take old games, old retro games, the games that we love, and to bring them back to life. Okay. And we'll do it any way possible. Yeah. So right now, if you go to ShiftyLook.com, you'll see just a huge stockpile of stuff. We've taken some classic arcade games, Dig Dug, games people have never heard of, Wonder Momo, Bravo Man, Legend of Valkyrie, and we've brought them back as webcomics. We're bringing them back as cartoons. We're going to take all these games, we're going to port them to our games section on ShiftyLook.com, and everything is free. Yep. You and I were talking about this earlier, and you had asked, so it's free, and then you support it with advertising or whatever. There's a live shot of the site here. I'll scroll through a little bit. Yep. You'll notice there is no advertising on this site. This is all just event stuff. This is all just stuff we're doing. We're not out to monetize this. We're just trying to bring this stuff back.
Just trying to bring good content. Now, one of the cool things about Shifty Look is that you take these old games, games that people played back in the day, like Dig Dug, for example. It's a perfect example. And we know that Dig Dug doesn't have a crazy story. We know that Dig Dug is just a game about a guy just trying to dig some holes. Absolutely. And your job is to create an awesome story about Dig Dug.
Yeah, that's kind of the beauty of what this is, right? So I get this a lot. For journalists come by, I'm the head of marketing at Shifty Look, so I get a lot of people coming by and saying, oh, so what's the onus? How are you going to make money off this? What's the imperative? Yeah. What's the whatever? And it's like, you're kind of missing the point. Yeah. Back in the day, when you went to an arcade, when you played one of these games, when you played Dig Dug, we'll just use Dig Dug. 30th anniversary of Dig Dug is this year, by the way, and there's a Dig Dug. Sweet. If you go to the website, there's a Dig Dug series of strips from like some of the most famous web cartoonists in the world. The Penny Arcade guys did a strip. Scott Kurtz from PvP Online did a strip. Chris Stroud from Chainsaw Suit did a strip. I mean, the list goes on and on and on. Ryan North, Anthony Clark, just everybody. There's everyone in comics that
very talented individuals working on this.
Did a Dig Dug strip. I'll go to it now. I just saw. We'll go here.
So we're going to go ahead and click on, and you guys can go ahead and check this out, right? What's the website, just so that people can know if they want to join us in looking?
It's ShiftyLook.com.
So ShiftyLook.com. You can go ahead and check that out there.
LOOK.com. Yeah, it's super easy.
Awesome. And while you're watching the stream, you can go ahead and hop on there so that this way you can listen to Cory talk about the awesomeness of Shifty Look. So what we're looking at here is Dig Dug. This is the Dig Dug quote-unquote story or comic strip.
Well, this is the Dig Dug mashup from the Dig Dug mashup. This is actually the last strip. This is Scott Kurtz's strip. It was so popular. We're coming back on various holidays. We're going to do a Dig Dug strip just randomly popping up. There's maybe 30 to 50 strips here just from all kinds of creators. I'll just flip through so you can see some of these people. There's Scott.
So, and basically, if anyone's like familiar with something like Penny Arcade, for example, that'll be a good example of this. You know, there are comics. There are web comics that people can go out there and watch, and they're entertaining, funny stories. This one obviously relates to Dig Dug here, as you can see here, Cory just going through the different strips.
Here's the Penny Arcade guys. I mean, we just took, we tried to get everyone we could from webcomics, and we just went to them and said, hey, do you guys remember Dig Dug? And we tried to find the people who are really into Dig Dug. We tried to find the people who like Dig Dug, because this goes back to what you were talking about, how there's not really a story to Dig Dug. It's a guy with a pump who digs in the dirt, and he goes up to dragons and basically tomatoes with goggles on, and he blows them up until they explode.
Yeah.
And you get points for it. So you probably remember arcades. I remember arcades. When you go to an arcade and you play a game and you're playing the game, there's not this story element there. So you're inventing the story in your head. We didn't have the hardcore graphics. We didn't have the amazing storytellers we have today. Which actually is not true, because the designers then were almost better storytellers.
Well, back then, I mean, we had some great old-fashioned games back then, like Gauntlet and stuff like that.
And you're building the story in your mind as you play. So as you're playing Dig Dug, every player of Dig Dug was inventing this new story as they play. Oh, my guy he's an intergalactic miner, and he's digging for gems, and everyone's got a different story. And a lot of, as you read those Dig Dug strips, you'll notice a lot of them go to the ultra surreal of like, what is my life? All I do is dig all day long, and I don't know why I dig. Why am I digging? That kind of thing. And it's kind of this beautiful idea that everyone can have a different idea of a game.
Yeah.
So on that note, what we've done is we've taken. And this kind of goes to our name, Shifty Look. Namco Bandai kind of gave us the keys to the vault, right? And they said, go make new stuff.
And now you are.
Yeah.
Right?
And we went into the vault and kind of sneakily, Shifty Look, right? Looking back and forth. No one's really paying attention to us. So we kind of snuck in the vault, and we were like picking some titles that maybe people hadn't heard of, or that. So a lot of titles that never made it to the United States. Wonder Momo and Bravo Man never came to the US.
Which we'll talk about in a second,
Yeah, Legend of Valkyrie never came here. And we said, oh, man, let's take this stuff and let's find someone that liked it, right?
Yeah.
So let's get Bravo Man. And Matt Moylan, who's the writer of Bravo Man, he had played a very rare port of Bravo Man that went on the TurboGrafx 16. And it might have only been Canada. He played it when he was a kid. And he remembered it, right? So he's got this TurboGrafx 16 idea in his mind. And we went to him, and we were kind of asking around who remembers Bravo Man. And Matt Moylan was like, I remember Bravo Man.
Yeah.
I'll do Bravo Man.
Yeah.
And then it's like, find an artist who has a love for this stuff. And then just throw him in there. And it's like, there's not really any guidelines. Go invent. Go make. Go
make
create,
something cool. Yeah.
Go have fun.
It was funny because a funny story is my brother is working this event, and he was telling me that you had explained to him the story of Bravo Man. Or your story of Bravo Man. So, and he simplified it so wonderfully. He's like, so basically Bravo Man, just want to play some games in his house. Right. And anti Bravo Man came, and he didn't show up. He was supposed to show up to play some games. He didn't show up, so Bravo Man's pissed, and now they're going to fight.
Right, so this is actually
hilarious.
This is in Matt Moylan's strip.
Yeah.
The game Bravo Man itself kind of did have a story going on. There's a character. The game of Bravo Man was invented as kind of a parody of games of that style that were really popular at the time. So Mega Man was really popular at the time.
Yeah.
Bravo Man.
And you can see the influence there as well.
You can see the influence. Except Bravo Man is kind of silly and surreal. Like his powers are his arms and legs stretch, and his legs stretch, and his neck stretches. So he headbutts stuff across the screen with his neck.
Yeah. If you haven't had a chance to play Bravo Man, which I'm pretty sure not a lot of people did. I have played it. It's a really hard game. I will say that much.
Difficult.
Really difficult, but fun nonetheless. Now, but here's the cool part, though, because you guys actually want to bring that experience to us non-educated gamers.
Yeah.
And how are you guys going to do that with Shifty Look?
That's the ultimate goal, right?
Yeah.
The ultimate goal is, you'll notice there's a game section on our site. The ultimate goal for us is to get these classic games, these retro games, and to get them ported over to the website to play for free.
Yeah. Okay.
We want everything we're doing is for free. We're just trying to get everything out there.
Yeah.
Because these games are not, they're just sitting in vaults, and we want people to go out and check them out.
And I think, like, ultimately, we were talking about this earlier, games like this and what you're doing as well, creating, like, these parodies of these different games.
Yeah.
Eventually, these stories could make their way to a retro release kind of, one day, right?
Why not? Why not make Bravo Man 2?
Yeah.
Like, if the comic gets really popular and people are playing the original game and people are laughing and enjoying and having, because it's really funny, it's a really good time, why not make Bravo Man 2?
Exactly.
I mean, that's not us, right? That's totally out of our hands, but
if the popularity is there, and that's kind of like the mission of Shifty Look. It's just to get the eyes on these amazing old school games that have just been sitting there, and now, like, and if you look on the website too, let's go ahead and let's actually join Bravo Man, because he's probably the character that I think is the coolest. I like Bravo Man a lot, and I think a lot of people out there would like him too. You can see here the comic book style, the art is very unique and different. You can see the arm stretching too, which I think is kind of hilarious.
This is the first few strips.
The origin of Bravo Man.
The origin of Bravo Man, and then it kind of goes into Alpha Man is Bravo Man's sort of teacher, and he teaches him his powers and what he does and who he is and that kind of thing.
That's awesome, and it's just such a unique story where it's like you have all these different and some great comic book guys are working on it as well.
Absolutely.
You know, and so for the Bravo Man stuff, though, you also have Wonder Momo, too.
Wonder Momo
That's another old school game that's coming out. Very unique game as well.
Xevious, Dig Dug. I mean, the list just goes on and on and on and on.
So how has the overall reception been thus far for Shifty Look from, like, the fans and whatnot?
It has been so overwhelming, like beyond belief. But we're just a little startup. We fired up in like March of this year, 2012. We've only been open for a while.
Yeah.
And we started throwing stuff up online and just kind of seeing what sticks against the wall. We're pulling these old titles that maybe people haven't heard of, and we're just going out there with them and doing whatever. Yeah. The site took off so quickly. We did a huge site revamp with our new site, which is looking beautiful now, and then we started taking the show on the road. So once the site had some legs and we went, whoa, this is working.
Yeah.
We said, let's start going to some conventions. Let's start accessing people directly. So what we do at a convention, if you're here at New York Comic Con, or if you're coming this weekend, we're booth 3374. We have 3,000 square feet, and we have brought original cabinets of all of these games.
Yep. That's awesome.
And we've set them up.
I had a great chance to play Bravo Man.
Yeah.
I played, because that's the one that caught my eye right away. I played Wonder Momo.
Yeah.
I did play some, I believe it was Galaga.
Played some Galaga.
And I got crushed.
And these games, some of these games have never been in the U.S. I mean, a lot of these are classic games. The beauty of this, too, is everything's free.
Yeah.
We've set all the games to free play.
Oh, that's the best part.
So you just walk up and hit go.
Because I was actually looking for a quarter in my pocket, and I'm like, okay, this is not going to work. And then it said, click. Push this button. I was like, yes, I'm pushing the button, and now I'm playing.
Now you're playing.
It's awesome.
And what's really cool, too, we're talking about Bravo Man and Wonder Momo and Legend of Valkyrie. We're talking about this a lot, and one of the reasons why is we got special permission from the home office in Japan. We went into the literal vault. I mean, I talk about the metaphysical vault where we take these titles from, but we went into the literal vault, and we got the original arcade boards.
Wow.
For these games. These games have never been in the U.S. Bravo Man, Valkyrie, or Wonder Momo have never been here. We got special permission to get these boards. We flew these boards to our arcade office in Chicago. Mm-hmm. We took a bunch of Tekken 5 cabinets, and we converted them. We gutted them, and then we pulled all the boards out, and we replaced the boards with the boards of these games. And we closed it up and converted all the units to play. So they're completely in Japanese. You can't read anything.
Yeah, I didn't understand what was going on in Bravo Man. Like, there was it's so funny. In Bravo Man itself, right, there's a guy who's floating above you. I believe that's Alpha Man.
Yeah.
He's floating above you, and every time you punch him, which you're not supposed to touch him at all.
Right.
It's like he's telling you, stop hitting me.
Right.
And
it's all in Japanese.
Yeah, because every time you jump up, you punch him, and it's like, stop hitting me. And then you go down, then you have to beat everyone up. And then I ran into like some tiki people, and I started beating them up, just shooting them. I had no idea what was going on. But like you said, I was kind of making this story as I went along because my brother already told me, yeah, this is the story of Bravo Man. So it's like, I want to find Alpha Man, you know?
That story, that's Matt Moylan's story. So Alpha Man does exist in the game, and or anti-Bravo Man, he exists in the game. He's literally like a doppelganger of Bravo Man. He's like a black and purple and gray version of Bravo Man, who's like red and blue and yellow.
Yeah.
In the game, it's just sort of like, well, here's your doppelganger, fight him. So Matt Moylan wanted to invent why they don't like each other. And anti-Bravo Man is actually not a bad guy. He just bumped into Bravo Man, and they kind of chatted. And he's at first he's kind of like, I hate Bravo Man. I don't know why. I just do. And then they talked, and he's like, actually, Bravo Man's okay.
Yeah.
And Bravo Man said, hey, why don't you come over to my house? We'll play some N64 or whatever. So anti-Bravo Man goes over to his house, and Bravo Man forgets that he's having friends over, and he goes out to save the world from like a Zortan or whoever, like a big robot guy.
Yeah.
So he and Alpha Man are like, oh, we got to go save the world or whatever, and they leave. And in the strip, Bravo Man is saying like, oh, nothing's happening today. There's no way that I'm missing anything important. And anti-Bravo Man standing at the door knocking, and he's got like sad face on.
And that's when the hate begins.
So now anti-Bravo Man said, that's it.
Yeah.
I had enough. Now I'm really going to get him.
It's awesome. And if you guys are actually here at the convention, and if you go to the Shifty Look booth, if anyone happens to come by during the weekend, you may have a Saturday or a Sunday pass, you can stop by the Shifty Look booth. It's booth 3374, all the way in the back, and they will have some awesome merch, including Bravo Man stuff. And now we're going to get into this as well, because this is a game that some people are going to be pretty familiar with, as you guys could see, the King of the Cosmos.
That's right.
The man himself, Katamari. How did that whole thing come about?
Well, when we went to the vault and we started picking up games like Bravo Man, Wonder Momo stuff, there are certain things that the home office was just kind of like, go do whatever with, right? And then we kind of got into the realm of stuff where we kind of need to check with people, newer stuff. But our other stuff was so successful. Dig Dug was so successful. Bravo Man, Wonder Momo is so successful. We've been doing Rocket Fox, which is actually a new comic for a new game. It's like a mobile game for the iPad. I'm just looking over our list. Golly Ghost, a really obscure like light fire gun ticket game. This stuff was so successful, they kind of said, okay, now you can kind of play in a big kids pool.
Okay.
And of course, the first thing we go after is Katamari, right?
Yeah, of course. You got to. It's such a crazy, crazy game.
And you can do. I mean, what is Katamari about, really? I mean, it's King Cosmos sends the prince down.
Sir, there's a deep storyline when it comes to Katamari.
I'm sure there's
respect the King of the Cosmos, bro. No, I'm kidding.
But it's kind of it's just sort of a weird thing, right?
Of course, yeah.
So the guys from Buttersafe.com, if you haven't checked out Buttersafe, check out Buttersafe.com. Very funny webcomic. We had kind of been talking to them and said, hey, we're trying to find webcomic guys that because webcomics are the fastest, easiest thing to do. That's why we're doing a lot of webcomics right now. Cartoons are coming next because they're the next easiest thing to do. Games are coming after that because they're the next easiest thing. Everything's in production right now, but the comics can come fast and furious. That's why we're doing them so quickly.
Okay.
So we talked to the Buttersafe guys, and they said, we'd love to do Katamari. So we went and said, hey, we want to do Katamari. And everybody said, you know what? You've been doing so well. We kind of trust you now. Go do it. And they came in. The Katamari strip just launched recently.
Let's go ahead and check that out here on the website.
I'll pull up the Katamari strip.
And you got the fresh new tag on there as well, so this way you know what's going on.
So everything there on some days there's literally a new comic every 4 hours on our site. So there's just stuff popping up all the time.
Yeah. So basically, looking at the comic here, we can see the King of the Cosmos. We could see. I always called him the Collector. I always had my own thing of the Prince, but I always called him the Collector. I was always just like, because I mean, that's what he is to me. He just goes around, he collects stuff, and just like you can see the different art styles as well, which is something pretty cool.
It's very,
every comic is unique. Every comic comes with something cool. It looks like this little girl's afraid that all these UFOs are taking her stuff.
UFOs are stealing all the cows.
Oh my God. Okay, so that's right. The cows are important.
The prince is figuring out why.
Here comes the prince, hero of the day. Trying to fix the problem.
We're running the comic in reverse right now, which is funny. We're going from front to back. Yeah, I'll jump to the first comic, which is in the of course in the Cosmos, and it ends as always with Royal Rainbow.
It's such a weird. Okay, Katamari is awesome. Yes, I remember when I bought the for Katamari Damacy, I remember when I bought it, my brother looked at me and was like, "What is wrong with you?" and I'm rolling junk around a map.
Right.
And he's just like, "What's wrong with you, man?" And I'm like, "This game's fun, bro. It's $20. It was the best investment I've ever made."
Yeah. It's a great game.
Awesome.
It's a great game.
And it's so awesome to see like it become a webcomic. Like I'm gonna read every episode of that just because
great.
I'm a huge fan. I'm a huge fan of those kinds of things.
And the Buttersafe guys are doing such a good job with it. Alex Quinn and Renato Castro are really great. They're doing a fantastic job. So what we were just talking about is some of the merch that we've got now.
Yeah, very nice shirt, by the way. It just feels so soft to the touch.
It's American Apparel. Yeah, we're premiering all this stuff at New York Comic Con.
Yes.
We've got. Go to the site while we talk. We've got a Katamari shirt, a Wonder Momo shirt, a Valkyrie shirt. Basically, we were getting all of these fans were emailing us and tweeting at us and saying, "Here's all the shirts." They're saying we want, we want shirts, we want stuff.
Yeah.
You'll notice none of these Shifty look. Very few of them have logos on them or whatever.
Yeah.
We just said, our fans said we want something cool to wear because we love this stuff. So we said, all right, let's do it. And we went directly to the people who are working on the strips and we said, if you could make one awesome shirt, don't worry about sales, don't worry about what it is or what it needs to be or whatever. Just make a cool shirt and we'll sell them. So we launched here at New York Comic Con. We didn't realize there was such a huge demand for this stuff. The shirts are selling like hotcakes.
People love that stuff.
Oh, they love it. And it's doing so well that now next week we're going to go and we're going to put up a store online, and we're gonna throw all the shirts.
So I can get my
all the stuff that we have
shirt.
left. We're going to throw up. Absolutely.
Awesome. I need my Anti-Bravo Man shirt. I'm just letting you know because and it's just that's the cool thing about all this. This is not a company that is focused on, seeping every penny out of you. This is for you guys. This is for you guys to enjoy and love. And not a lot of people do that anymore.
I get a lot of, again, I'm head of marketing, so I get a lot of journalists asking questions. And this guy yesterday was in an interview with me, and he said, so how do you make money off this?
I asked you the same question.
Yeah, and I said, actually, we don't. And he goes, what do you mean? I said, we don't make any money.
And
he
just
goes,
doing
with
it.
Straight face, he goes, well, why are you doing it? And I was like, really?
Yeah.
Like, aren't you into games? Aren't you into comics? Like, aren't you?
Yeah.
What do you mean, why am I doing it?
And you have the support of Namco Bandai, so it's like
absolutely
they're behind you 100% on this.
I'll tell you, man, for somebody who's I've worked in big game and big comics, and I've worked in a lot of big companies now. And for a company, especially a Japanese company, to give us a mandate that literally says, go make the translation in the English translation is go make new stuff.
Yeah.
It's just like go out and do something.
Yep.
It's huge.
Yeah.
I mean, and it's I'm market now. Me saying this is this resurgence in gaming, and it's a new thing in gaming where you're going to get fans closer to developers, direct connection to developers. You're going to get fans closer to companies. You can talk to Shifty Look, email us the info, tweet at us, go watch us at the twitch.tv/ShiftyLook stream that we're doing live every hour of the show all the time.
Yeah.
We have stuff happening. We have famous chip musicians coming. Dectonic is going to be there today. Ricky Brugal was there today. Chris Kaiser's
Ricky Brugal was amazing.
He's
by the
great.
way. Yes.
And these guys are just playing. We've got all of the artists coming up and doing panels and stuff. We just announced the Bravo Man cartoon. Cartoons are the next thing we're rolling out. The Bravo Man cartoon is starring Rob Paulson. Like Yakko from Animaniacs, Pinky from Pinky and the Brain. Like he's the voice of Bravo Man. He's at our booth every day just talking about the cartoon that's coming in the spring. This is the whole point. This is what we're doing. So, and we're interacting. You can get to us directly. You can go watch the stream. We have someone sitting in front of the stream the whole time. And if someone asks a question, they have a headset just like this. There's a camera in the booth that goes on them, and they ask questions of the people out from the stream directly.
And they answer.
Our whole goal is to interact with the users because that's the point. We're not going to know what's cool and what's not cool. We're not going to know what sticks and what doesn't stick, and in a way, in the long term, like say we get to a point where we get to make a new game. Mm-hmm. That new game is going to come directly from the fan because it's not a bunch of guys in a room, execs going, we should make this game. It's a bunch of fans going, you really like Anti-Bravo Man.
Yeah.
What Anti-Bravo Man might become so popular that the next game isn't Bravo Man 2. The next game is Anti-Bravo Man.
Yeah.
And it's just a whole game about Anti-Bravo. Why not?
Yeah.
Who knows?
And it's just 100% powered by you guys, the gamers out there.
That's the whole point.
Social media has driven a lot of amazing content. Now, I mean, I follow, just for an example, I follow like Hideo Kojima on Twitter. He's one of my favorite developers. I follow him, you know what I mean, just so I could see what he's saying. I follow David Jaffe. I follow these developers. And, you know, and that's just social media expanding. And now what Shifty Look is, it's a culture. It's a it's something where it's like, you know, it's something you could be a part of. And
that's what we want.
That's what people want.
But you know, we're building to it slowly. I know they're going to cut me off here soon, so I'm going to get to this real fast. So we just launched this up at the top right of our site. Sign up for BNID.
That's right.
So next week, our forums are launching. Our store is launching. The games are going to be coming soon. It's all linked to this right here, this BNID. All this is it's a way for you to get. Hey, go ahead and click on it. It's a way for you to get.
Go ahead and see. Let's just see.
Go for it. It's a way for you to get your username. Your username started on the Shifty Look site, and that's going to be your access to the forums. That's going to be your access to the store.
Yeah.
When we launch our game section, the games aren't just going to be play the game. The games are going to have this social API around the outside where you can chat with your friends and you get achievements and scores and points and stuff. And then we're making it the official high score place in the world for games. So no more do you have to go to an arcade in the middle of America or record yourself playing a game and then send it to somebody for official verification or whatever.
It's going to be in there already.
It's going to be there. It's going to be ready to go. I was going to come back here. Oh, so at the bottom of our site then, like once you're signed in, right here, this whole area down here is going to be like your gamer tag, and it's going to have all of your achievements, your avatar, and like on Steam or that kind of thing, like who your friends are, what your highest scores were on games.
Yeah, that's awesome.
We're getting people to, it's not on the site yet, but we're getting people to sign up now because we've done this a couple times now with different things, and we just get crushed. Like when we get popular, we get crushed. So
you just caught me off guard. I'm sorry.
Yeah, this just launched. Okay, and this is great too because this isn't just Klonoa. This is Hitoshi Ariga. This is Ariga-san Klonoa. Ariga as in Big O, as in Mega Man Megamix, as in like this is.
Yeah, I didn't mean to cut you off about that. It's just I thought I saw Klonoa. I'm a fan. So
this is. I know they're gonna shut us off here eventually.
Yeah,
but
of course.
I'm not gonna stop talking. Oh, they're gonna let us keep going. Okay, great.
Sweet.
So this is what I was talking about, like in first steps. Okay, we took a bunch of stuff out of the vault. We threw it at the wall. We saw what happened. Some stuff stuck. Some fans got really excited.
Yeah.
Our community got really big. Our Facebook page has like 35,000 fans now. Our Twitter feed, which we just launched, is like up to 800 plus and growing daily by the hundreds.
Yeah.
When our forums go up, our community manager, Colette Bennett, who's at the booth running the stream right now, is going to be doing this whole community. You're going to be able to directly access these creators and talk to them. Tell us what's working. Tell us what's not. Ariga-san, who's in Japan, loved what we were doing and said, I want to do something. And we said, well, what game would you ever want to do stuff with? And he goes, I love Klonoa.
Yeah, that's amazing.
And Jim Zub, he writes several things on our site. Jim Zub is from Udon, who does all the Street Fighter stuff, who does all the Capcom tie-in stuff. Jim Zub said, I love Klonoa. And we just put these two guys together and we said Klonoa, go.
And that's awesome.
So we have our first world-famous mangaka working on on a comic on our site based on a pretty recent property.
That's right. And you know
this is the kind of stuff we're talking about. You guys are the ones controlling
It's only going to grow. It's only going to grow from here.
Go to twitch.tv/ShiftyLook. We'll be there all weekend long. If the show is open, we're broadcasting live from there. You can talk to me. You can talk to Colette. Talk to us on the stream. When we did this at San Diego Comic-Con, the stream, they just put our schedule up so you can see what we're doing today. We did this stream live for the first time at San Diego Comic-Con. We had 200,000 viewers.
Yeah.
It got huge. And the reason it got huge was because we were going and going, and we weren't on a conf floor. We could go indefinitely.
Yeah.
And the users on the stream asked us to keep going. We had chip musicians playing. We had Trash 80 playing and A Rival playing.
Wow.
And they said, hey, will you guys keep playing? And we went to the hotel. I was like, can we just keep going? They want us to keep going, so we want to keep going. We went until 4 in the morning. The reason we quit was because the chip musicians ran out of music. And we were finally like, we have to go to bed. This is
we're done. Exhausted.
That's the interactivity that we want. That's what we want. We want to talk directly. That's what Namco wants. They want this direct connection. Shifty Look is like the link, right? Shifty Look is the chance for fans of retro games, of classic games, to go directly to us and say what you want. Check us out. We're Shifty Look on Twitter, @ShiftyLook. twitch.tv/ShiftyLook, shiftylook.com. If you just Google Shifty Look, will pop up guaranteed.
Yep.
Check out
Google it.
Bravo Man, Wonder Momo those are our big popular comics right now. Klonoa, we just launched today at the show, coming soon. Galaga, the comic from Ryan North, Anthony Clark, Chris Hastings, big names.
I'm really looking forward to that.
To do the Galaga comic.
20 All right.
seconds.
Well,
wrap this up.
Thank you very much, Cory, for your time, guys. Make sure you stick around with us. Thank you once again. And we're going to have Recoil from Plastic Piranha coming up next. Make sure you don't go anywhere. Tune into the stream and tweet it out there. Thanks, guys.